Let's taste Sauvignon Blanc. One of the most aromatic grape varieties takes on different aromas and flavors depending on how it's made, and it's grown around the world and made in different ways. In this episode, we'll taste Sauvignon Blanc from three distinct regions in France and discover the differences so that you might find your favorite. Like our video, let us know which Sauvignon Blanc you prefer in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more. Sauvignon Blanc, meaning wild white in French, is usually the color of gold, high in acidity, and low to medium body. However, the nuances are different depending on where it's cultivated and how it's produced. Major production areas include Chile, Italy, France in Bordeaux and the Loire Valley, New Zealand, South Africa, and the United States and California. It's also grown in Canada. Sauvignon Blanc is delicious alone, and it blends well with other varieties. It's made sweet too. We'll learn about Sauvignon Blanc and then focus on three different styles from three different regions in France.
The broad range of possible flavors include tropical fruits, apple, peaches, nectarines, citrus, white flowers, grass, straw, herbs, exotic fruits, veggies, and gunflint. Yeah, you heard me right. Cooler climate Sauvignon Blanc can come from Canada, South Africa, and Chile, and they have those herbal, herbaceous, and citrus notes, whereas warmer climates tend to offer more of the tropical fruit spectrum, such as melon, and can be medium to even closing in on a fuller body, and are produced maybe in regions such as Napa Valley.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that Sauvignon Blanc is a parent grape to Cabernet Sauvignon? So Sauvignon Blanc, whether it's a single variety or blended, stainless steel or oaked, dry or sweet, it can do it all. So let's journey to France and look at three different regions that produce Sauvignon Blanc and how they do it.
So I am going to Sancerre for my wine. I'm drinking Sancerre La Perrière 2019, and it's about $23. In Sancerre, white wines are 100% Sauvignon Blanc that may or may not be aged in oak. And my particular wine is from the Sauternes family, which a family that's been in the Loire Valley for 9 generations. Their property spans the entire region. The Loire River actually splits the region in two. On the left bank of the Loire, we find Sancerre, where wines are 100% Sauvignon Blanc, and the hills are rich in limestone and clay, soils that are chalky. They're called white soils with terre blanche because they turn very light when they're dry. Now, the caves at Domaine de la Perrière were naturally carved 200 million ago. And the caves are the ideal location to age these wines from the 106 acres of the estate's Sancerre vineyards. So these terroirs are where Sauvignon Blanc can best express the work of its mineral and grassy aromas with flinty soils to create powerful wines with amazing aging potential, actually. So this 2019 Sancerre has intense aromas of peaches and mangoes and lemon and flowers, and the palate is round and full. With flavors of exotic fruits, citrus, and nectarines. I love that nectarine flavor profile. The wine pairs beautifully with fish in a buttery sauce, poultry dishes with herbs. It's just delightful. And this is the wine I fell in love with when I first started drinking actually good wine. Christine, what's in your glass?
Well, I traveled to this, fun little region called Bordeaux. Yes, all Bordeaux wines are not created red. There is such a thing as a white Bordeaux, and it can be crafted as an easygoing table wine or an elegant and exclusive luxury wine. White Bordeaux is almost always blended with Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon. The percentage change from producer to producer and from vintage to vintage. White Bordeaux wines make up only actually approximately 7% of the wines sold in the region. And Bordeaux is Sauvignon Blanc's birthplace, So I went to her home or his home. I don't know. I think she's feminine. So, of course, there's such a thing as a white Bordeaux because that's where she was born. And I am drinking Baron Philippe de Rothschild Mouton Cadet White Bordeaux from Bordeaux, France. It retails in Canada for about $15. Mouton Cadet was a brand that was formed actually in 1930. And I was pleased to learn that as of 2020, all the vineyards have been granted the high environmental value certification. So that means that they are doing all the right things for the planet. And they've installed also solar panels in all of their wineries. And they have a bee farm to help with the plants and the flowers. And so all good things are happening with Mouton Cadet. Well done. This is a zippy wine. It's a blend of 66% Sauvignon Blanc, so Sauvignon Blanc heavy. The remaining is Semillon, 32% with a tiny bit, 2% of Muscadel. Herbaceous aromas actually of boxwood, citrus, peach, and flavors are definitely there in the palate. The acidity is great. It's lingering. And because of the herbaceous nature, I kind of want to pair this with an asparagus risotto or a angel hair seafood pasta. Whew. Okay, Ali, I want to know, where did you travel to in France?
Well, I'm not so far from where you are because I stayed in Bordeaux, but I went to the region of Sauternes because, as Cindy talked about a single variety Sauvignon Blanc and Sancerre, and you talked about the blend in Bordeaux, I went to where they make it sweet. And in this sweet side of Bordeaux, it's called liquid gold. And it is also typically a blend of Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon, but it is the Sauvignon Blanc that gives the bright acidity. So it's located in the southwest quadrant of Bordeaux, about 25 miles from the city center of Bordeaux, and it's within Graves. And there are two neighboring subregions, Barsac and Sauternes. Between the two subregions is the Garonne River and the Citron tributary, which provides a unique microclimate that welcomes cool morning fog and sunny warm afternoons. And why is that important? Because it allows noble rot to flourish. Noble rot, otherwise known as botrytis, is a type of fungus that shrivels and decays the wine grapes with wine. And this is actually considered a good thing, hence the name noble rot. It intensifies the sweetness level and it adds flavor complexity. And Semillon is a little more prone to noble rot because it's a thin-skinned, but the Sauvignon Blanc is what I said gives that acidity and it balances out the lower acidity of the Semillon. So I have a Chateau Giraud Sauternes Semillon 2008. It goes for about $45 for the half bottle. It is pricey to buy Sauternes, but you only have to drink a little bit to be happy. This is clean and elegant. We're talking about a winery that became a premier Grand Cru in 1855. This winery goes back to the 15th century and is the oldest property in Sauternes. They have 100 hectares of vineyard that surround the chateau. And this has 35% Sauvignon Blanc in it. And it adds a lot of freshness. They are the only first growth in Sauternes that is certified organic. So another great point.
Sounds delicious.
It is rich, but there's this acidity that goes through. So even at 2008, the acidity is still bright and alive. And I would have this with cheesecake, an almond tart, a lemon tart, a meringue, a custard. I mean, oh my God, but I could also pair this with Roquefort cheese, or what's the most traditional thing with Sauternes? Foie gras or terrine. So it could be great, but even with the sweetness, you could try it with spicy food to tame the heat. So a lot of diversity that this little sweet wine offers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love that we covered the different styles in just one country in France, from the 100% to the blend to the sweet. It was perfect. Yeah. And the Sauternes and the white Bordeaux, some of my favorites, besides the Sancerre, of course. So with so many expressions of Sauvignon Blanc, it's no wonder that every palate can be satisfied. So what we want you to do now, everyone that's still watching, share your thoughts about Sauvignon Blanc, give our video a like, give as many comments as you'd like to share, and subscribe to our channel for more. So thanks for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.